Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Thank you for checking out this video and choosing to spend your time with yours truly. So as you probably know, today is Super Bowl 54 and the two teams that will be participating in the year's biggest game are the Chiefs and the 49ers. So basically what I'm going to do is I am going to break down each team's road to the Super Bowl, their strengths and weaknesses, blah, 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 stuff like that, and use that as why I think whoever I'm going to pick is going to win the game, or why I think what's going to happen is going to happen. All right, let's start off with our AFC champs, the Kansas City Chiefs. So, powered by a super high-powered offense. I mean, these guys score so fast, they're so explosive, they score so easily. They're really, honestly, the epitome of a modern NFL offense. You know, they have an absolutely stud quarterback in Patrick Mahomes. I mean, you've probably seen the videos of him making no looks and sidearm throws like it's nothing. It's easy for him. And when you put a great, I got a little trigger happy. When you put a great quarterback in a system surrounded by great skill players such as Travis Kelce, Tyreek Hill, Damian Williams, etc., you create an offense that's virtually unstoppable, and that's propelled them to all their success they've had in this year and in years past. So as far as their road to the Super Bowl, they were the number 2 seed in the AFC after winning the AFC West. And then in the divisional round, they played the Texans, where they had to come back from 24 down to ultimately win 51-31. And the game was really weird because the Chiefs had to mount one of the biggest comebacks in NFL history, but it felt like a blowout win for the Chiefs. So that's probably one of the weirdest games I've ever seen. And then the NFC Championship game, they put together another stellar offensive performance. The defense really stepped up. They held Derrick Henry to under 80 yards, if my numbers are correct. And then they clinched their berth to the Super Bowl. So now for our NFC champions, the San Francisco 49ers. They're a very balanced team. They're very good on both sides of the ball, offense and defense. Their defense is led by number 97 over here on the right side of your screen, Nick Bosa, who is a rookie, and he is really good. He's really good at getting to the quarterback, getting sacked, screening pressure, wreaking havoc, yada, yada, yada. And then offensively, they're very balanced. They have a running back by committee approach, but their lead back has been Raheem Mostert, which is right here, number 31. And another big component of their offense is fullback Kyle Juszczyk, something like that. Sorry if I know I butchered it. I cannot pronounce it worth saving my life. I really am. And then as far as the passing game goes, they have Jimmy Garoppolo, who is definitely good enough to win you this game for sure. And then they have George Kittle, number 85, pictured right there, who outside of Travis Kelce, who plays for the Chiefs, is probably the best tight end in the game. As far as their road for the playoffs, they clinched the number 1 seed in the NFC West after they won the NFC West, or they clinched the number 1 seed in the NFC Conference after winning the NFC West. There we go. Let me get my words out. And in the divisional round, oh my god, maybe if I can get comfy. There we go. And so they had the first round bye, and then they played the Vikings first in the divisional round. They really limited the Vikings offensively. They held to Stephon Diggs and Adam Thielen and Dalvin Cook to, very marginal games for them. And their offense was able enough to control the ball. They were led by Tevin Coleman. He had over 100 yards on the ground, really paved the way. And they came out on top pretty handedly. And then they faced the Packers in the NFC Championship game. And that picture from that game with the Packers guy flipped over pretty much epitomizes what happened in that game. I mean, the 49ers had them curb stomped from the beginning. At one point in this game it was 27-3. The Packers literally could not do anything right. The 49ers could not do anything wrong. They just came out and stomped them on their way to Super Bowl berth. Now, for what are some key matchups in this game? So I think there are two really big key matchups. It's going to be the 49ers defense versus the Chiefs offense. Are the 49ers able to get pressure on Patrick Mahomes? Because if they don't, Patrick Mahomes is going to sit there and pick them apart regardless of what coverage they're in. When you play the Chiefs, you have to double Kelsey and you have to double Tyreek Hill. You have to double both of them. So that really limits you in what you can do against the other receivers. And they're good enough to beat your other people. So if you don't get pressure on the Chiefs, Patrick Mahomes is going to sit back there and have a field day. But if you can go back there, maybe get a few pressures, get a few sacks, kind of get Patrick Mahomes off his rhythm, then I think that you'll have a good day. You'll be able to slow them down. You're not going to stop the Chiefs, but you can slow them down for sure if you just get a little bit of pressure. And for the Chiefs defense, they have to stop the run. They have to do what they did to Derrick Henry, virtually neutralized him. He had 4 games in a row with over 200 yards or something like that, and he had 80 in that AFC Championship game. So the Chiefs are going to have to do that against the 49ers rushing attack too. Raheem Mostert and Tevin Coleman, like I mentioned earlier, they're going to have to really limit them so the 49ers just don't control the clock and keep the potent Chiefs offense off the field. So those are the biggest 2 key matchups for sure in this game. And as far as who's going to win, this one's really hard for me because both of these teams are really good. And I think these are probably 2 of the best teams we've had in a while in a Super Bowl for sure. I think, probably the next best teams I could think of in the Super Bowl was when the Seahawks and the Patriots played each other. I mean, those were some really good teams. And I think those teams are probably, the Chiefs and the 49ers are probably, comparable in certain aspects. But I think for me personally, I'm going to have to go with the Chiefs. I just feel like the Chiefs have too much on offense for the 49ers to overcome. Just because the Chiefs are so explosive and so fast that when the 49ers do slip up, they're going to exploit them to the max. I think they're going to sustain drives and, do their thing. So for the final score, I believe we're going to have a close one, boys and girls. Final score prediction for me is going to be Chiefs 35, 49ers 31. So thank you for watching my video. Leave your thoughts about the big game below. And make sure to subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any videos. Thanks.